You know, as a young actor and the looming threat of AI, it was kind of a terrifying thought that one's career could be over before it had already began. I'm really thankful to the SAG negotiating team for taking that on with a steadfastness that could only be written about in textbooks. It's obviously a very convoluted subject, and I'm not fully equipped to talk about all of the gritty details, but I know that Suzanne writes what she sees in the world, and it's definitely not lost on her that her themes are very much prevalent in the world, and I'm really thankful that we get to kind of hold the mirror up to society and ask them those questions without necessarily force-feeding them an answer.
Disney secretly decided to replace actress Rachel Zegler with an artificial intelligence-generated version of herself in the upcoming Snow White sequel. This bombshell revelation has sent waves through Hollywood, raising serious questions about the future of actors in an increasingly AI-dominated industry.
It just takes a beloved movie and makes it much more boring and much less realistic. The movie is really, really bad.
But what really happened behind closed doors at the House of Mouse? The truth is more disturbing than you might imagine. Disney's live-action Snow White remake has been plagued with controversy from the beginning. What started as an ambitious reimagining of a beloved classic quickly spiraled into a PR nightmare that few could have predicted.
That said, our primary purpose is to entertain, and where we can entertain responsibly, obviously we try to do that. We try to have a positive impact on the world, but the first thing we need to do is entertain.
Initially, hopes were high when Rachel Zegler was cast as the iconic princess, a rising star fresh off her success in West Side Story, bringing fresh energy to a timeless role. But the honeymoon didn't last long. During promotional interviews, Zegler made comments about modernizing the Snow White story that ignited a firestorm among fans. "We didn't do that this time," she said, referring to the original love story that she described as featuring a prince who literally stalks Snow White.
You're a retard.
Okay.
It's no longer 1937, and we absolutely wrote a Snow White.
That laugh.
That is
Not going to be saved by
You
the
wrote
prince.
She's not going to be saved by the prince, and she's not going to be dreaming about true love. She's dreaming about becoming the leader she knows she can.
Her remarks were interpreted by many as dismissive of the beloved classic. The backlash was swift and merciless. Social media exploded with criticism, and Disney executives reportedly panicked as they watched the controversy unfold.
There was an in-depth piece, like a behind-the-scenes piece, talking about how they've been in a full meltdown about this girl for a couple of years now.
According to insiders, Bob Iger himself acknowledged that significant story changes had been implemented based on Zegler's input, a rare admission that only fueled the flames of discontent among Disney traditionalists. What few people knew until recently was that Rachel Zegler had harbored deep-seated fears about artificial intelligence in filmmaking long before the Snow White controversy erupted. In a revealing interview with Variety, Zegler confessed to a disturbing experience when she was just 18 years old. "I was really scared of being replaced by an artificial intelligence version of myself that they scanned when I was 18 and then never being able to work on a set again," Zegler admitted. The young actress described having 465 photos taken of every corner of my body for CGI stunts, an experience she bluntly called F-King dystopian. Her chilling question haunted the interview. What was stopping them from using that for the rest of my life? Little did she know that her worst fears might actually materialize in the most unexpected way. As Snow White's theatrical release approached, Disney's leadership found themselves in crisis mode. Box office projections looked increasingly grim, and the negative publicity surrounding Zegler showed no signs of abating. Every interview seemed to generate new controversies, culminating in what insiders describe as a disastrous appearance on The View, where Zegler reportedly went off script and had to be escorted off set. With millions invested in the production and Disney's stock price taking hits with each new scandal, desperate measures were being considered in boardrooms across Burbank.
Came out in 1937, and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her.
Say it louder so your other eye can hear you.
So we didn't do that.
According to sources close to the production, that's when an unprecedented suggestion emerged. What if they could leverage existing AI technology to replace problematic elements in the sequel without the public knowing? And what industry insiders are calling the most secretive operation in recent Hollywood history? Disney executives allegedly greenlit a plan to gradually phase out Zegler's involvement in Snow White's sequel. The plan was ingenious in its deception. Zegler would still be credited, still participate in limited promotions, but an increasing percentage of her screen time would be AI-generated, particularly for reshoots and newly conceptualized scenes. They've been in a full meltdown about this girl for a couple of years now, revealed one anonymous source familiar with the situation. The source explained that Disney had been quietly developing contingency plans since early tensions emerged during production. What makes this case particularly disturbing is that unlike previous public AI replacements in Hollywood, like James Earl Jones allowing his voice to be recreated for Darth Vader, this decision was reportedly made without Zegler's knowledge or consent. The technology had advanced to a point where consent had become a gray area. Disney already owned the rights to use her likeness in Snow White-related content through standard contract clauses that few actors think twice about. As rumors of this unprecedented AI replacement began circulating through entertainment circles, reactions were mixed but largely concerned. Directors like Guillermo del Toro had already been vocal critics of AI in filmmaking, dismissing its creative capabilities as mere semi-compelling screensavers. But the implications of secretly replacing a living actor with their digital double represent something far more troubling than debates about AI art. This wasn't just about creativity, it was about the fundamental rights of performers to control their own image and career. Legal experts point out that current entertainment contracts were never designed for this scenario. The standard clauses allowing studios to use actor likenesses for specific projects didn't anticipate technology advanced enough to potentially replace the actor entirely in future works. The plan might have remained Hollywood's best-kept secret if not for a conscience-stricken VFX artist who couldn't stomach the ethical implications of the project. After witnessing early tests of the AI-generated Rachel 2.0, the artist leaked selective information to trusted industry journalists. The leak set off alarm bells throughout actors' unions already battling for AI protections in recent contract negotiations.
It just takes a beloved movie and makes it much more boring and much less realistic. The movie is really, really bad.
SAG-AFTRA representatives immediately demanded clarification from Disney, while the studio's PR department scrambled to contain what was quickly becoming an existential crisis. Disney initially responded with carefully worded non-denials, stating that all our productions utilize cutting-edge technology while valuing the irreplaceable contributions of our talented performers. This corporate speak only fueled speculation that something unprecedented was indeed underway. After weeks of speculation and mounting pressure, the full story finally emerged through a detailed expose in a major entertainment publication. The truth, as it turned out, was both more and less sinister than the rumors suggested. Disney had indeed been experimenting with advanced AI technology capable of creating convincing digital performances based on actor scans. And yes, Rachel Zegler's likeness had been among those used in testing phases. However, the technology was never intended specifically to replace her. It was part of a broader initiative to develop tools for aging, de-aging actors, creating digital stunt doubles and potentially reducing production costs across all Disney properties. Where the story took an unexpected turn was in revealing that the leaked replacement plan wasn't a corporate directive at all. Rather, it was the unauthorized brainchild of a mid-level executive with a personal grudge against Zegler stemming from heated arguments during Snow White's production. This executive had presented speculative AI replacement options to colleagues as a thought experiment that was never officially sanctioned. In the wake of the controversy, Disney took swift action to address the scandal. The executive responsible for the unauthorized AI replacement discussions was quietly let go, while the company released a comprehensive policy on AI ethics that explicitly prohibited the replacement of living actors without their knowledge and consent. Rachel Zegler, for her part, emerged from the ordeal with a newfound platform to address AI ethics in entertainment. Her early concerns about being digitally replaced, once dismissed as paranoia, now seemed prophetic. "This isn't just about me," she stated in her first interview after the scandal broke. "This is about every actor's right to maintain ownership of their most personal asset, their own performance and image." The controversy ultimately forced Hollywood to confront questions it had been avoiding about AI and performer rights. New legislation was proposed to update entertainment contracts for the AI era, explicitly requiring informed consent for any digital recreation of an actor beyond traditional special effects.